right, and we should be streaming. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. We're not going to be doing that much trading today, but I am going to do some Q&A. I'm in a good mood. I'm surrounded by nice fresh air. I am at my cabin. So let's enjoy a beverage. And I'm going to actually keep an eye on your live chat. Hopefully, I have some friends that are gonna also keep an eye on it as well. I'm gonna pop out your chat right now. And let me check. We're kicking off with 100 live viewers. Is the live stream working? It is. Connection signal excellent. Sweet. We are up and running. Let me clearly have a lot less monitors without a workstation. And I remembered that one of the reasons that got me out of South Africa was the fact that I spilled tea or coffee all over my laptop like 2 or 3 days before. And it made my laptop very difficult to work with. And I forgot that my keyboard wasn't working because I had a workstation. So now I'm dealing with a laptop where like 7 keys don't work, which makes it impossible to work. And I also forgot my mouse. And since I'm a Windows user, I'm a mouse guy. Like, I don't know how people live without a mouse. So I won't be doing much productivity today, but I will be able to glance at the charts. But first things first, as people trickle in, I'm going to try a brand new tequila. So this came highly recommended from a store I stopped off at. It's a pretty big warehouse store. The guys there really know what they're doing. And I've never heard of this brand, but it is Partita. This is a reposado, and it's not easy convincing Tone Vays to drink a reposado over an añejo or an extra añejo. So this took some convincing, but this is bottle number 80 of 300. It's barrel number 2, and the reposado of this brand is actually 20% more expensive than the añejo, which almost never happens. So this is supposed to be some awesome stuff, and if it's good, I'm gonna buy another one of them because they only made certain number of barrels, and this store was able to get one of them. So start throwing in your questions, guys. I'm gonna take a look at are there dangerous animals in the forest? There's bears. There's bears, and it's probably about it. Probably the only dangerous thing around here is bears. I have some pictures. If you look at my Twitter from like years ago, there's a picture of like a giant black bear. I mean, like the size of a grizzly. I took the picture, by the way. They come around every now and then. They're generally harmless. All right, I have to try this, and then we're gonna go to the charts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is good. Wow. Oh, it tastes really strong. I like it. I like it. Here it is. If you can find this thing, definitely an improvement. Dated, it's a year old. Actually, I'm a little surprised it's that old. But it is bottle number 80. There it is. Bottle number 80 of 300. Partita Reposado, barrel number 2 of that year. So I guess they're still aging the ones this year. So last year's bottle. Very good. Good job, guys. I approve. All right. Let me see. Do I have any friends that are also bored doing questions for me? Probably not. So I'll do my best to keep an eye on your live chat. All right. Should I do price first? I guess we'll do price first. Welcome, everyone. Your video on Slightly Sociable was the worst you've ever done. Sure. It needed to be done. I didn't want to do it. I mean, I didn't want to do it, but like if someone talks bullshit for 3 hours, I'm gonna call bullshit on it. Do you think the March capitulation happened too fast? Still looking to revisit those levels? No, I don't. That's a very, very, very good question, sir. Wook, that's a good question. I do not think it happened too fast. Herradura is a good tequila. I agree. Herradura is one of my favorite tequilas. You know what's a great tequila if we're going to talk tequilas all day? See if you can find a Don Julio in a whiskey bottle, in a whiskey barrel. So there's a Don Julio Reposado, but it's aged in a whiskey barrel, not a standard barrel. Top of the line. Does it have a worm? No, no one actually drinks the worm. That's insane. Where to store Bitcoin for the next 10 years? In your head and don't tell anybody. Use a hardware wallet, my advice. Fire up the grill. I think tomorrow. I think there's been raining all day. I got a little bit of a break between the rain. Fire up the grill tomorrow. Gonna smoke some ribs. All right. Oh, of course. You have to drink straight tequila. That's why you buy, good tequila, to drink it straight. All right, guys, hold off on your questions. Let me take a look at the charts. Let's see what's going on, and then we go to your questions. Then I'll just chill out here with you guys. Okay, so I got this as a private message that I have to address. Let me know if you want me to say your name, man. So here's the message. Man, I can't drink tequila like you. Had to retire from tequila in the college after the college years. Look, most people have very bad tequila college experiences. The reason for that is because you were drinking the shittiest, cheapest tequila ever. If you actually do some research on tequila and you start buying good tequila, you're not even gonna realize you're not even gonna know it's a tequila. If the last time you had a tequila was in college, and now you can afford either a classy reposado, an añejo, or even better, an extra añejo. Like if you have bad tequila experiences when you were younger, you definitely want to go with one of the top tequilas around and try that. And it will completely reverse your view on tequila, possibly forever. I'm not a fan of vodka, guys. I'm just not. I find it tasteless. Tequila is my drink. Like good tequila though. Like I don't drink silver, like ever. I don't drink gold. I don't drink silver. It takes some convincing to get me to drink a reposado. It's all about the añejo or the extra añejo. All right. Yeah, so the person that texted me was BTC Vix. If you guys remember BTC Vix, he joined us on that Bitfinex stream versus Tether. Yeah, man, Vix, if trading is going okay for you these days, man, if you want to treat yourself to a really good tequila, you want the Herradura Selection Suprema. If you're in Mexico, it's about 200 US. If you're in the US, it's about 300 US. That's a really, really, really good tequila. Other than that, I guess the Herradura is still good. Get the Herradura Añejo. Try to find that Don Julio in the whiskey bottle. Don Julio 1942 is not bad. I think the Herradura is better. The one I've been drinking at home is Jose Cuervo Family Reserva. Very good tequila. Very good tequila. All right, let's look at the charts, guys. Hey, you know the deal. Support with the affiliate codes. Hey, I don't go anywhere without my Embly card. gotta get it. I gotta upgrade it again. I haven't even used this one yet because I'm never. Boom, right there. Now that I'm doing screen share, I'm showing it. Jesus, doing everything backwards today. Boom, right there. Did that work? That didn't work. Boom, right there. Never go anywhere without my Embly card, guys. Right there. All right, now let's go to the charts. We're going straight to Bitcoin. There's not going to be much on the equity side. You know, I have a lot of fans in Australia and a lot of fans in India. I really do need to keep an eye on those markets as well. So maybe I'll glance at them today. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Look, the long-term picture, the hyperwave, wave 7, ain't going nowhere, guys. It's still with us. It's with us like the virus. Hyperwave, wave 7. Wave 7 is still telling us to be careful. Like I said, I don't believe that we're going to go lower than this green support line. I don't believe we're going to go lower than the 200-week moving average, which you see sitting right there. The blue line is the 200-week moving average, and it's rising quickly. I think we're going to hold that moving average. Having said that, that's still a nice fall down to $6,000, which I have not yet ruled out. Okay, but the hyperwave is with us, so be careful. The month is more than halfway through. Let's take a look at what's going on a monthly scale, and we have well, it's not looking all that great from a count perspective. So we wait. Look, guys, you're not going to miss the moon. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss the moon. The next time Bitcoin rises above 10,000, it'll be a beautiful buying opportunity. But it may take another year to get there. It may. We can pull back to 6. We can then pull back up to 9. We can then pull down to 7. And the next thing you know, we're sitting here next summer, we're sitting here next June, and we're going, man, Bitcoin is still at 12,000. What is going on? That is not only possible, I would say that is even more likely than not likely. Okay, things move slow. Things move slow. I'm an old man now in this space. I'm starting to consider myself an OG. I'm starting to consider myself an OG in the Bitcoin space. Here's my OG definition for Bitcoiners. Here's how you know if you are an OG. Now, when you heard about Bitcoin, doesn't matter. It's when you got involved. It's when you started telling people. I mean, if you never told anyone and you've been in Bitcoin for 7 years, I don't count that as an OG. Like you can be an OG, but nobody knows, right? So my definition of OG is you've been actively promoting Bitcoin for more than half its lifetime. For more than half its lifetime. But it has to be promoting Bitcoin. So with someone like Roger Ver, who has not promoted Bitcoin in almost 3 years now, that's 3 years taken away. So to me, he's on the verge of losing his OG status because he got in 2011. So he got in on its 3rd year. That's great. By 2013, 2014, he was an OG because he has spent half the life of Bitcoin promoting Bitcoin. But then he left. So you're done. No more years added to your tally. Okay. So I got involved around 2014. I started speaking at conferences. So there you go. 2014 to 2020, 6 years. 2009 to 2014, 5 years. I got in on Bitcoin's 5th year. Boom. Here we are in 2020. So that's the Tone Vays Bitcoin OG definition. You've been active in the space for more than half its lifetime. Oh, I gotta be careful with I'm running on battery power here. Okay, let's go to the charts. Let's see what's going on here. And then I'm gonna keep an eye on your live chat. So here's the daily chart. 1 second, guys. All right. So here's the daily chart. And I drew this symmetric triangle, and I like it. I really like it. And this symmetric triangle is more bullish than bearish. Also, look at the moving averages. In a few hours, we're going to cross over yet again, and we're going to have all three moving averages above each other and rising. That's beautiful. That's Consensio. That's as bullish as Consensio gets. The lucid SARs are bullish. We're in this triangle. Yes, we're pulling back a little bit, but the situation is not dire. The daily chart is totally neutral. You see, the red 2 did not go below the red 1, and the red 3 did not go below the red 2. So there's no short trade on the table. Tomorrow's candle will probably be a price flip candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe not. We might get a red 4 that may not go below the red 3. So we're totally neutral on a daily chart. I'm still optimistic about a potential breakout. I am. What MAs do you use? Let's take a look. All right, come on. Boom, 50, 128, and 200 on the daily. I really like the 128. It's been historically very, very good. Very good. Hello, Tone. Looking at the Bitcoin dominance, what's your possibility of a shitcoin season? Very low. I don't foresee a shitcoin season. You can go back to my article. My article in the beginning of the year where I called for Bitcoin to close the year above 80% Bitcoin dominance. I'm still sticking to it. That's unfortunate, Corey. $128 is a good baseline. I agree. All right. So here's the daily chart. Not much to say other than we're consolidating. Consolidations are no trade zones. So if you're going to trade, you got to use the lower level timeframes. So here's our 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, it gave us a sell, gave us a selling opportunity, but it was consolidating already. Guys, everything is neutral. Like, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy, if you're in the US, enjoy the holiday weekend. Watch your old GBTC video with Tyler. Yeah, that was a great one. Man, I miss Tyler, guys. I miss Tyler more than you know. I can't even talk about some of the stuff why I miss Tyler. Maybe I will, maybe later this year when I can. Man, I really miss Tyler. I really thought we had more time. I really wish I spent more time with Tyler. Cheers to Tyler. I hope he's looking down on us. Really miss Tyler. You gotta anything can happen. Don't waste time. Don't waste time. Spend it with the people you love. Can you do a private webinar on views on economics or climate change? Oh, I plan to. I'm gonna have a. I'm planning to launch this kind of Q&A interaction subscription service where we can talk about that stuff. Though the climate change video, I want to make that public, and my economic stuff, I want to make that public. Johnny Nakamoto, Tyler was a genius. I agree. Do you think there is a chance 20,000 would be the new phase 1 of a coming hyperwave? Yes, I do. I honestly do. But it'll be a little bit later than you think it's going to be. Tone, have you seen Princess of the what? Princess of the Yen documentary. I've actually never heard of Princess of the Yen documentary. I'll try and remember, but I'll probably forget. So I gotta like Google it now. Princess of the Yen. I hope it's on YouTube. Otherwise, the chances of me watching it are slim to none. Princess of the Yen Central Bank True Documentary. I have not seen it. I opened up the YouTube. I paused it. It's an hour and a half long. I don't know how people watch videos over an hour long. I have no idea. I know how to make videos over an hour long. I have no idea how to watch videos over an hour long. It's kind of like when I was playing baseball. Man, I hated watching baseball. I cannot watch a baseball game. I think it's the most boring sport in the history of sports. I cannot sit through a baseball game. I can barely sit through a World Series baseball game. But I played baseball for 10 years. I can play it, but I can't watch it. I tried out for the baseball team in college. Tried out for the baseball team in my university, tried out for the volleyball team. I did much better on the volleyball team. I never had any real game time, but I was playing on the practice squad with the real team. Tone, what probability do you put on BTC being created by the banks and the elites? Somewhere just above 0. 2x speed. I know. That's why I know 2x is too fast for me. I usually do like 1.5. You were quite negative on GBTC on a video with Tyler from 2 years ago because of the premium. What changed your mind to invest in GBTC now, just trading the premium? Well, several things changed my mind. That was a great video, by the way. Please Google on my YouTube channel, GBTC. Watch my first video with Tyler Jenks about GBTC. Several things changed my mind. I realized that the real ETF ain't coming anytime soon, and you can trade the premium profitably, and GBTC is liquid enough for you to trade in your retirement funds and have your profits be completely tax-free. Guys, of course I'm long-term bullish on Bitcoin. Why would I be doing these videos if I wasn't? What's your take on a 5-day chart? I don't want to pull up obscure charts, guys. No thoughts on a five-day chart. I don't know. Doesn't look good. We topped here, we topped there. Oh God, that is cluttered. That is super cluttered. I'm gonna go back to the 4-hour. I'm gonna go to the daily chart, and I'm gonna turn this into a 5-day chart. I should probably turn the weekly into a 5-day chart. That's better. Hey, look at the 5-day chart. Look at the last 2 tops. Beautiful. Boom. Boom. Right on the counts. Jesus Christ. That squirrel right behind me just scared me. I'm like, what the hell is running around? It's actually a big squirrel. It's like a mutant squirrel. Should check if we have enough meat for the grill. No, I'm kidding, guys. All right. It's not looking good. I mean, look at the 5-day chart. Beautiful buying opportunity, beautiful selling opportunity. Didn't catch one of these at the lows. Beautiful selling opportunity though. Still neutral. I'm neutral on these frames. I'm neutral on these time frames. Do you think Bitcoin can go to 500,000 as is with no further development? Yes, but there'll be further development. So it's not really a concern. I'm gonna keep these videos short in the near future because I'm gonna move a lot of this Q&A to the subscription Zoom conversations with you guys. Tipped question. Okay, let's see. Please explain possible implications, after effects of a debt crisis, which Tyler Jenks also used to mention. Is it more likely with COVID? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't properly assessed COVID yet. See, the one thing that COVID did is it literally eliminated jobs. So all this money that they're printing, who cares? It's not even making up for the destruction of capital that took place. I don't see inflation anytime soon, but yeah, there's going to be problems. There's definitely going to be problems. Thoughts on Joe Saz getting wrecked? Did Joe Saz get wrecked? I mean, I know nothing about that. I'll have to ask Joe. I have no idea. I mean, he's been doing amazing at trading. I've seen his trading lately. He's been on the ball. Thanks, Rolf. Yeah, it's really hard for me to assess the economics. We're in a tough environment, and honestly, I need to think about it some more. I think the world's in trouble, and I think the U.S. is still okay. I think the U.S. is still okay. I think the rest of the world's in a lot of trouble. I think Europe is in a lot of trouble, way more than the U.S. Europe is in complete doo-doo right now. How many live viewers we got? What are we working with here? We're at 800. Thank you for spending your Saturdays with me, guys. Do you watch UFC? No, I don't. I'm not a UFC guy. I was a huge boxing fanatic. I think I've watched every middleweight and welterweight and not so much light heavyweight. Welterweight, middleweight, lightweight. I've seen all those fights. I was a big Oscar De La Hoya fan back in the day. A huge Manny Pacquiao fan. So Pacquiao, De La Hoya, those were my guys. And I saw those fights, you know, Felix Trinidad and Timothy Bradley Jr. was coming up. I watched all those fights. Was never Floyd Mayweather fan, but yeah. But I've seen all those fights. I've seen almost. I've seen probably the last 20 or so Manny Pacquiao fights, maybe further back than that. I got a lot of Filipino friends, so they'll usually throw a party. However, there was one fight. Now that we're getting off tangent, look, there's nothing more I can say about Bitcoin. Let's just chat. I'm gonna cut the screen share. Guys, support. Go to tonevays.com. Affiliates, check it out. I showed my Embly card earlier. Looks exactly like this. Mine, but the MasterCard logo is on the back. All right, I'm gonna cut the screen share. Man, I can talk boxing all day, but it's like older boxing. My dad was a huge Mike Tyson fan. Huge Mike Tyson fan. Do you think COVID increased problems with the euro? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it increased it. It will be a nightmare. Coffee. No, I don't drink coffee. I'm more of a tea guy. I can drink coffee. I normally don't drink coffee because I don't want to get addicted to caffeine. So when I drink a cup of coffee, it'll really keep me up half the night, and that's useful to me. So I drink coffee when I need the caffeine boost. Joe Saz just had an order malfunction. That he's been doing great. Yeah, sucks. I'll call him up. I'll see what's up. Yeah, I know hash rate dropped a lot. Bitcoin will be fine. All right, back to boxing. I'd love to talk boxing all day. I see your question, Andreas. I'll get it next. So that was a huge Mike Tyson fan. I was never big on the heavyweights. I didn't think the Klitschko brothers were all that amazing. There really haven't been any that many great heavyweights. Man, Roy Jones in the lightweight division. I mean, he was all right, but he didn't really fight anyone that was that great either. But man, those welterweight fights, no, those were awesome. But here's a fight that took me out of boxing. So I think it was about like 7 years ago when Oscar De La Hoya, sorry, when Manny Pacquiao fought Timothy Bradley Jr. for the first time. So Timothy Bradley Jr. was undefeated going into that fight, and he was coming off an awesome win against Devin Alexander. So I was big on Devin Alexander. So when Devin Alexander fought, and I'm doing all this from memory, guys, and I'm getting old. So when Devin Alexander fought Timothy Bradley, Bradley beat him straight up. Like he beat him legitimately. And I was disappointed. I really thought that, Devin Alexander was the underdog in that fight. Timothy Bradley was good. But then Timothy Bradley went to fight Pacquiao. And that fight was the worst decision I've ever seen in boxing. And I've watched a lot of boxing. And there's been bad decisions in the history of boxing. And that was the worst that I've actually witnessed. I was watching those rounds. I was scoring in my head. Pacquiao won at least 9 rounds. At least 9 rounds. He won at least 9 rounds, probably 10. And Timothy Bradley won the decision. And I said, I will never watch boxing again. I'm done. I'm done with this shit. This is garbage. It was really bad. And Manny Pacquiao fought Timothy Bradley again. I believe Manny Pacquiao won, but I didn't watch it. Like I was done with boxing. So I was done with boxing for like 3 years after that fight, 3 or 4 years. And the fight that brought me back to watching boxing again wasn't even a real fight. It was the MMA guy against Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's his name? What's that Irish guy's name? See, this is how much I know about MMA. I already forgot his name. I'm sure you guys know who that is. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. There it is. So I watched Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather, and Conor McGregor did good. I thought he did great. And that was the fight that brought me back. And then I watched Pacquiao fights after that. I watched Pacquiao recently beat like a 22-year-old, and Pacquiao looked amazing. Like it's incredible what he's doing at like 42 or 43, whatever the hell he is. He's older than me. Man, if I had to do it all over again, if I was younger, I mean, I did judo when I was younger. I should have just done boxing. Would have been a lot cooler. All right, I got some tip questions. Tone, can you tell us your opinion on SMMA indicator? I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry, I cannot talk about something I don't know. Thank you for your donation, Andreas. Thank you for the super chat. But I'm already drinking tequila, and I'm already doing a refill on tequila, and I have not eaten today. So the last thing I want to do right now on live air is look at trading indicators I've never heard of. So unfortunately, can't do that one. And I have another super chat. Thank you so much, Sand Snake. Man, I'm seeing your name here quite often. I should make you an admin. Sand Snake, let's see what you got. Tone, you need to see Canelo. Oh, I've seen Canelo Alvarez. I've seen his fights. I've seen Canelo fights. Canelo, he's your old school fighter, Juan Manuel Marquez. Oh yeah. Oh man, the Juan Manuel Marquez fights, man, those Mexican fighters were really good. They were really good. You know, I didn't watch the Canelo versus Triple G, but I really should. I really want to go back and watch boxing. So you know, so I'm in quarantine, so I watched the Jordan documentary, and it was excellent. And the Jordan documentary, I'm like, oh man, you know, I really want to go back and watch ESPN 30 for 30. So the ESPN 30 for 30s were really good, but my way of watching shit isn't like 30 for 30 isn't working because it's a little too old. So and I'm being cheap. I don't really want to buy ESPN 30. I don't really want to subscribe to ESPN 30 like package, but I actually want to be more productive. I don't want to waste time, but I really want to go back and watch those ESPN 30 for 30s. I was a big basketball fan too, back in the 90s. Huge basketball fan. You guys should know who my favorite player was. If you paid careful enough attention to my latest background images of the quarantine, you should know who my favorite basketball player of all time is. And it was from the 90s. Let's see if anybody guesses. It's from the 90s, mid-90s. Mid-90s, came into the league mid-90s. My favorite basketball player of all time. He was a very popular player. Unfortunately, injuries didn't let him reach his full potential. He was probably never going to be top 10 of all time. Popularity-wise, he would have been top 10 of all time by popularity. Skill-wise, if he never got hurt, probably could have had a chance to be top 25. Not Tony Kukoc, not Scottie Pippen. Really, Tony Kukoc, the most popular player? I mean, we're talking about a guy in the middle of the 90s. Yep, you got it. Ivan, you got it. Ivan got it. Ivan Barreto, you got it. It was Penny Hardaway. Well, through all my sport days, like all the times I played sports, I played a lot of intramurals. By the way, I was playing competitive Division A local volleyball in New York City, and my jerseys were always #1 because of being a Penny fan. And it was actually great when Tracy Mcgrady came to the Magic and he wore #1 as well, because I really did like Tracy Mcgrady and he played for the Magic and he took Penny's number. So I didn't mind that at all. I just wish Grant Hill didn't get hurt. I mean, when Penny and Shaq left and before Dwight Howard, when Tracy Mcgrady came, it was so the Magic were trying to get Tim Duncan and Grant Hill. They couldn't get Tim Duncan, but they got Grant Hill. But then Tracy McGrady came over, and Grant Hill never recovered from his ankle injury. So Tracy McGrady had to carry the team. If it was McGrady and Hill, I think they could have won a title. Tone, it's a smooth moving average. SMMA. You know what, Andres? Remind me next time. Remind me next time. Penny would have been awesome. Yeah, I know. No, Penny was really good. Oh, man. Like a bug literally flew into my tequila. And I bet you he's drunk off his ass right now. God damn it. All right, enjoy the buzz. Looking backwards, your quarter pie date was on October 5th, 2019. Does it make any sense today? You know, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I really haven't. I was never a Kobe guy, you know? Oh man, I really want to talk like non-crypto. Nah, never a Ewing guy. You know, I grew up in New York too, and I wasn't a Knicks fan. Man, I used to go at it with my New York friends because I loved it when Reggie Miller was killing the Knicks. I loved it. I really liked Reggie Miller. I think Reggie Miller is a top 5 shooting guard of all time. Reggie, what's his name? Del Curry. I remember Del Curry. Steph Curry's a point guard, so he doesn't count. But as far as shooting guards go, I almost want to tweet out, you know, like the Tone Vays top 10 players at every position. And Reggie Miller is probably going to be in my top 5 shooting guards. Jordan is obviously first. Kobe is obviously second. I'm doing this off the top of my head here. Third best shooting guard of all time. This is going to be hard. Probably Jerry West. And yeah, probably Jerry West. And you got to put Reggie up there. Reggie and like Clyde Drexler. Well, like I don't know who else you would put as like top 5 shooting guard. Who am I missing? Dominique will probably make the top 10 small forward. Karl Malone has got to be in the top 3 power forward of all time. But yeah, no, I'd put Reggie Miller in my top 5 shooting guards of all time. You know, Steve Nash, it's actually kind of crazy that Steve Nash has 2 MVPs and Shaquille O'Neal only has 1. I think that's insane. Steve Nash beat out Shaquille O'Neal 2 times for the MVP. And I was never even a Shaq guy, but looking back at Steve Nash's numbers and career, it was fun to watch. But I mean, Steve Nash will maybe be 7th on my point guard list, like maybe, though Shaq is maybe like 6th. So it's not like Shaq's going to be that high up on the center list. When's the Tone Vays versus Richard Farr charity boxing match? Richard has me, I don't know, by about 200 pounds. Not exactly, not exactly the same weight division. Tim Duncan, number 1 power forward, probably. I'll probably put Tim Duncan as my number 1 power forward. But it will be close. Tim Duncan will probably be the top power forward. Karl Malone would probably be 2nd, and Charles Barkley would probably be 3rd. Now it gets tricky. So if we do, you can disagree with this, of course. Drazen Petrovic, yeah, it's so unfortunate that he died. What's your take on the NBA in today's era? Well, the NBA in today's era. So, I mean, it changes, right? It's way more shooting. Everyone's in love with the 3. That's a very deep question. I don't want to go that deep in the question. Hold on a second. I'm thinking power forwards here. All right. Again, off the top of my head, if Duncan's 1 and Karl Malone's 2 and Charles Barkley's 3, I think Charles Barkley was very good, considering the guy never worked out, never like practiced, and ate McDonald's cheeseburgers all day long. Like, imagine if that guy was actually in shape at any point in his career. So if Charles is 3, I'd probably put Julius Erving as 4. And you can argue that Julius Erving should be above Charles. I'm not sure if he'd be above Karl Malone. Karl Malone just got the numbers. I know he doesn't have any rings, but that's all right. He came close. He couldn't be Jordan. So if Julius Erving is number 3, here is the huge argument. Who was better, Kevin Garnett or Dirk Nowitzki? So now Kevin Durant's a small forward. He's not a power forward. Kevin Durant didn't even play power forward on the Golden State. It was Draymond Green. And when Kevin Durant was on the Thunder, it was Ibaka was playing power forward. So Kevin Durant's a small forward. He's not a power forward. He's tall enough to be a center, but he doesn't play power forward, right? So Kevin Durant is a small forward. So the big debate is, right? So here's my list. I would probably put Charles Barkley ahead of Julius Erving. Though I'm going to get a lot of shit for that if anyone's older than me who's watching this. But my list, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, Julius Erving. Damn it. You know what? No, let's change that. Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Julius Erving, Charles Barkley. I will put, it doesn't matter if Durant is 7 foot tall or 12 foot tall. He doesn't play that position. Magic Johnson was 6'9", and he played center for like 1 game. He's a point guard. It's not about your height. It's about what position you play. So Durant never plays power forward, like only like in very rare circumstances. So Durant's a small forward. Your actual height's irrelevant. And Barkley was like 6'4", and he was a power forward, right? I mean, like Magic Johnson 6'9", point guard. Charles Barkley 6'4.5", playing power forward. So it's about where you play. It's not about someone like Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady played shooting guard and small forward equally as much. But had Grant Hill joined him on the Magic, Tracy McGrady would have never played small forward. That's Grant Hill's job. So Tracy McGrady is a natural shooting guard, but he's tall enough to play small forward. Elvin Hayes, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put him that far up, but Garnett or Dirk is the big one. I put Garnett above Dirk. How can you forget about Larry Bird? No, we're talking power forwards. Larry Bird's a small forward, guys. Dr. J is a small forward. I don't know. I put Dr. J as a power forward, but I got to look that up. I got to look that up. Chris Webber. Nah, I don't think Webber would make the top 10. I'm sorry, guys. I like Webber, but I don't think he makes the top 10. But according to Tinder, it's all about the height. Yeah, that's true. I'm 6 foot on Tinder, and with hair. When you're taking up golf, no, never. Golf is where I draw the line. Golf is where I draw the line. I'm sorry, guys. I don't consider golf a sport. I really don't. Look, I know Tiger is a good athlete, but no, I can't. Golf's not my thing. Dirk's better than Kevin Garnett. See, here's where I disagree, and I'll tell you why. So Dirk played an extra year or two more than Garnett, maybe an extra year than Garnett, maybe two, something like that, right? Dirk is a better three-point shooter, and Dirk has more points than Kevin Garnett. But that's it. That's where it ends. I will also give you the fact that Dirk was the only good player on their championship team. When the only way Garnett could win a championship is when he hooked up with two other Hall of Famers. And Dirk won a championship with no other Hall of Famers on his team, at least not in their prime. So I'll give you that. But if you look at their numbers, first of all, Garnett made like 10 all defensive teams. I don't know how many. I'm not looking at the stats. Dirk has never made an all defensive team. So Garnett can actually play defense and Dirk can't. So right there, you can't put Dirk above Garnett because it's the best basketball player, not who had more points in their career. Dirk will be the best foreign player probably ever, but they both have one MVP. They both have one title, and Garnett has more rebounds. I think Garnett has more assists, but I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. Garnett definitely has more blocks, and Garnett probably has more steals because Garnett's just a better defensive player. Garnett was a great defensive player. I'm being told to hurry up. But look, I love talking sports. I don't even watch sports anymore, but I love talking sports. So I would put Garnett ahead of Dirk. So that's my power forward list. After those guys, so I think that's what. So if we put Dr. J as a power forward, I gotta double check on that. I mean, I never really watched Dr. J, so I'm not sure if he's a power forward or a small forward. I gotta check, where he played the position mostly. But if we put him at power forward, I'd probably put him third, right ahead of Barkley, behind Malone, and that would be my list. I mean, I don't think Sean Kemp would make the list. Elvin Hayes probably would. If we put Rick Barry as a small forward. Now the small forward list, I would put Bird ahead of Durant. So my small forward list would be a LeBron obviously first, a Larry Bird second. Those two should be obvious. Durant third, and now it starts to get a little bit tricky. I mean, if Dr. J is on the small forward list, then he obviously goes fourth. If he's on the power forward list, then maybe Scottie Pippen. It would have been Grant Hill if he didn't get hurt. Grant Hill can probably still be there. Zion Williams might make that list one day, though he may be a power forward. I'm not sure what the hell he's playing. Maybe it's too early to tell if he can stay healthy. Scottie Pippen will definitely be in the top 10, maybe even top 5. Trying to think of other good small forwards. Chris Mullin will probably make my list of the top 10. Trying to think of the small forwards. Oh, Elgin Baylor, my bad. Elgin Baylor. No, I can't drop Elgin Baylor. So Elgin Baylor will be in the top 5 for sure. So he'll be ahead of Grant Hill, even if Grant Hill stayed healthy. I'll put Elgin Baylor ahead of Pippen. I'll put him up there. Vince Carter. I got huge respect for Vince Carter. I think he's a shooting guard, maybe small forward. I'd want to put him in my top 10. I don't think he'd make the list. Yeah, Dominique will make the top 10. Dominique for sure, 100%. Dominique Wilkins will make the top 10 small forward list. Who do we got? We got point guards. We haven't done point guards, and we still got to do centers. Andreas, the best OG. Yeah. I'll go Andreas Anopoulos for the best OG. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Dr. J is listed as a small forward. Okay, cool. I would put him right behind Bird. So I would do Durant's moving down. I would do, in that case, it's LeBron, Bird, Dr. J, and then Kevin Durant. That's my list. Then Elgin Baylor, then Scottie Pippen. That would be my list. Baylor, scorer, I put Pippen over him. I don't know. You know, it would have been, you see, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge with Pippen. Pippen only played 1 year without Jordan, and he did really good. He led his team in every statistical category without Jordan. But you need to do it for more than 1 year. Like, you can have motivation for 1 year. Jordan left, Pippen wanted to be the man, other than that one incident with Tony Kukoc. So 1 year is not enough for me. I'm sorry, that's not enough. I put Scotty sixth. Anyway, let's do point guards real quick and then centers, and then I got to get going. So if we do point guards, Magic has to be first. You can't put anyone else at point guard ahead of Magic. So it's got to be Magic #1. And now, and after that, it really starts to get hard. Like, it instantly starts to get hard immediately after Magic Johnson. You put Magic first, and now you're in trouble. So Steph Curry, top 5. The Curry's in my top 5. Would I put him at 2 already? I don't think so. No. Tim Duncan is my #1, power forward. Yeah. Would I put Curry #2 this early? Probably not. So here's the thing. So for me, I put Oscar Robertson #2. Oscar, I've never watched him play. Obviously, I'm not old enough. I actually have an Oscar Robertson basketball card somewhere in my parents' attic. I have a bunch of Kobe Bryant rookie cards too. So I will put Oscar 2. So Magic is my #1 point guard. Oscar Robertson's #2. #3, I would take Stephen Curry. That would be my #3, Stephen Curry. After that, see, it gets really, really hard. Like, I would put Isaiah Thomas slightly ahead of John Stockton. So Isaiah Thomas, then John Stockton, then you got to put Allen Iverson. So where the hell does Steve Nash come in? And it's insane that Steve Nash has 2 MVPs, but where does he fit on this list? Like, I'm not going to put him ahead of Iverson or Isaiah or Stockton. I'm not going to put him ahead of any of those point guards. So that's my list. Magic, Oscar, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Allen Iverson. That's already 6. I'd probably take Jason Kidd over Steve Nash. Maybe that's a toss-up to me. Jason Kidd versus Steve Nash. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Jason Kidd and Steve Nash, they're a toss-up. And after that, like I don't think Gary Payton might sneak in just because of his defense. Like, who else was there? What's his name? I'm thinking of besides Gary Payton. Sidney Moncrief. Not even in the Hall of Fame. Definitely should. Sidney Moncrief from the Milwaukee Bucks in the 80s probably make the list. That's the list. That's my list. Yeah, someone else is agreeing with me. But Curry's not a shooting guard. Curry can shoot, but he's a point guard. Klay Thompson is the shooting guard. Curry doesn't play shooting guard. Right? You gotta use Tiny Archibald. He might make the top 10. Jerry West, the shooting guard. Come on, guys. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's got to play some games with on his own in order to make a top 10 list. He has to. Yeah, you can't be the second guy on a team for your entire life and make a top 10. At least Pippen has 1 year without Jordan to show what he's got. Tone, most overrated player of all time. James Harden. Oh man, I'm about to get a lot of shit from the people in Texas. Yeah, Bob Cousy will make the top 10 list. Okay, so we got centers. The only thing left. Okay, hey, I got a small forward for you guys. Google Oscar Schmidt. Oscar Schmidt would make my top 10 list, and he never even played in the NBA because it's about the best basketball player. It's not about who was the best in the NBA. So if you've never heard, if you're a basketball fan and you never heard of Oscar Schmidt, Google him. He has the most points of all time in the world, more than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But he never played NBA. He played in Europe, and he played on 4 or 5 Olympic teams for Brazil. Okay, so he would make whatever position he played, either shooting guard or small forward. I think he played small forward. He would make the top 10. Yeah, if he played in the NBA, he would have probably made the top 10. And for the same reason, Arvydas Sabonis would be in my top 10 centers as well. So top 10 centers of all time. I mean, the guy came to the NBA when he was like 35, and he was still good for 5 years. So centers is really hard, guys. Centers is really hard. It's really hard. Like, I don't even want to say my list. I would probably put Kareem first. I'd probably put Bill Russell second over Will Chamberlain, who's third, only because of the championships. So Kareem first, Bill Russell second, Chamberlain third, and now it starts to get even more difficult. So now you got, so that's top 3. That's not debatable, right? Kareem, Chamberlain, Russell, top 3, not debatable. You can put them in any order, and I will not argue. I won't argue. Like, those are the top 3, not debatable. Kareem, Russell, and Will Chamberlain. Top 3, not debatable. The next 3 are also not debatable, and you can put them in any order you like. And I will tell you my order. 2 minutes. I'm getting crushed here. I will tell you my order of the next 3, but the next 3 are completely, like, you can put them in any order, and I will not like debate you on it. But my next 3 are Hakeem Olajuwon, Moses Malone, and then Shaquille O'Neal. That's my next 3, but you can reverse the order, and I will not argue. But that's my next 3. That's my next tier. Centers is really hard. And my tier after that is David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, and Arvydas Sabonis. Again, that's my order, but you can reverse that order as well. Like, if you are a European, you know, Shaq played enough games against Hakeem Olajuwon, and like, okay, let's put it this way. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you. Here's my wild card to explain to you why I think Hakeem is better than Shaq, and it's very simple. If you are a young college center in the league, who are you going to go to help you with your game? Shaq or Hakeem? Argument ends right there. Okay. So, and I said, my third tier of centers are in this order: David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Arvydas Sabonis. If you want to reverse that order, I won't argue with you. So that's already 9. The 10th guy, I don't know, whoever you like. You can throw Alonzo Mourning in there. You can throw Dikembe in there. You can throw Dwight Howard in there. You can throw Yao Ming in there. You know, Yao Ming only played like 9 years in the league, but he did good. And if Yao Ming came earlier, I mean, Yao Ming had a good peak. He didn't play that bad. So the 10th guy could be really anybody, to be honest with you guys. All right, I gotta run, guys. It was an awesome discussion about basketball. I'm done. I'm wrapping up before I get barbecued. But all right, guys. Hey, it was great. Thank you for hanging out. It was great talking basketball. I used to love basketball. I used to watch all the time. I was a huge basketball fan. I used to play baseball. I never watched baseball. I played baseball. I played volleyball. I watched basketball. And then I went to a football school for my university. And now my favorite sport is college football. Larry Johnson, not going to make the top 10. I'm sorry, guys. All right. This was great. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I lost a lot of viewers. Talking basketball, I'm down to 500 viewers from 800, but it was fun. I had a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Maybe I should do like a private stream where we can talk basketball all day. I love it. All right. Thank you guys. See you all later.